Welcome back to the Xultimate Firehose, the show where one man's social media feed becomes a full-time foreign policy. I'm your host, and today we are looking at a single day in the life of Elon Musk. One day, 14 posts, and somewhere inside those 14 posts, this man became an unelected member of the British Parliament, a film critic for Paris street footage, a Tesla historian, and a part-time philosophy professor. May 30th, 2026, rolling right into the small hours of the 31st, because of course he was still posting at 2:30 in the morning. Here's the thing about a Musk day. It doesn't have a theme. It has weather. And today the forecast was scattered British politics with a strong chance of riot footage and a late-night flurry of Tesla nostalgia. Quick thing before we dive in, because it genuinely helps the show. If you like watching one billionaire's group chat get turned into a documentary, we start with the biggest post of the day, and it is not subtle. 3 words: release the body camera videos. That's it. That's the tweet. And it pulled 8.2 million views, 29,000 reposts, and 158,000 likes, the single most liked thing he posted all day. Now, 3 words on their own tell you nothing, so stay with me, because the post he's quoting is the entire story. He's amplifying a thread about a teenager named Henry Nowak with a UK news chyron underneath reading Manchester Airport, and a claim that this kid was bleeding, said he couldn't breathe, and that police laughed and handcuffed him anyway. The post calls it an ideological pursuit inside British policing. I'm not here to adjudicate a court case from a tweet, but I can tell you Elon looked at it, typed release the body camera videos, and lit a match under 8 million people. And he wasn't alone. He reposted Zia Yusuf, who went with the slightly less calm version. Where is the Henry Nowak body cam footage? Release it now. 23,000 likes. Then he boosted an account pointing out that British Prime Minister Keir Starmer had, quote, not made any public statements about Henry Nowak, but had made at least 7 about George Floyd. 1-word verdict attached: sick. 42,000 likes on that one. So before 9 in the morning, the richest man on earth had effectively opened a war room over a single British policing story. This is a guy who owns rockets, and he woke up and chose Greater Manchester. But the body cameras were just the warm-up, because the most viewed post of his entire day, 31 million views, 74,000 likes, was, and I want you to brace yourself for the literary heft here, Frank is right, 2 words, 31 million views. There are entire nations whose elections get less attention than Elon Musk typing Frank is right. So who is Frank, and what is he right about? Frank is Frank Wright, and the post Elon co-signed says, quote, I have done my homework, and Rupert is our man. This is the moment. Rupert being Rupert Lowe, a British MP launching a new party called Restore Britain. So Frank is right is not a philosophical statement, it is an endorsement. Elon Musk just used 31 million pairs of eyeballs to back a specific UK political party. And he kept going. He reposted Frank Wright again, this time with a campaign-style video, arguing that half the British electorate didn't vote last time because they had nothing and no one to vote for, but they do now. And then, my favorite move of the whole day, he reposted Rupert Lowe, thanking the Daily Mirror, a newspaper, for what the Mirror clearly intended as a brutal hit piece. The article warns that Lowe's new outfit is far more extreme than reform, with plans to abolish the asylum system, ban the burqa, and hold a referendum on bringing back the death penalty. And Rupert's response was essentially, thanks for the free advertising. He took the attack ad and stuck it on his own fridge. 665,000 views. Honestly, iconic political jujitsu, even if the policy list reads like a movie villain's to-do note. From British policing, we take a quick day trip across the channel, where Elon posted a video of cars on fire, motorbikes knocked flat, and a street in Paris that looks like the cold open of a disaster movie. His caption? Problems in Paris. Problems in Paris. Sir, the entire frame is engulfed in flames. That is not a problem. That is a bonfire with a postcode. 5.9 million views, 68,000 likes, for what might be the most understated caption in the history of the platform. The man can describe an inferno with the exact energy of someone noticing the office printer is out of toner. Now, in between adopting a country, Elon did remember he runs several companies. So let's call this the flex portion of the broadcast. First, the AI. He quoted an account cataloging every update XAI has shipped for Grok build, all the way up to version 0.2.11, with the caption, Grok build is moving fast. 12 million views. Translation, please look at our chatbot. It is doing numbers. Then came the time machine. He quoted a stat that $2,600 invested in Tesla's IPO would be worth more than $1 million today. Elon's response, pretty good progress. Pretty good progress. A nearly 400-fold return, summarized like a B- on a report card. 2.9 million views for the world's most expensive humble brag. And finally, the Cosmic Chaser. He reposted a render of data centers on the moon alongside the caption, and I quote, "Let's times 1,000 the GDP." And human population, exclamation points everywhere. 1 million views. So just to recap the man's ambitions for the evening, multiply the entire global economy by 1,000, multiply the number of humans by 1,000, and put the servers on the moon. Casual. Most people end the day microwaving leftovers. This guy ends his by redesigning the species. And then as the night wore on, Elon did what Elon does after midnight. He became a philosophy major. He reposted a tribute to Voltaire, who died on this day in 1778, featuring the classic line about defending to the death your right to say things he disagrees with, and a second, slightly more ominous one. Those who can make you believe absurdities can make you commit atrocities. 10,000 likes. A genuinely good quote, to be fair. Even a broken fire hose is right twice a day. Then he boosted Matt Walsh, arguing that every country on earth was built on conquest, so apologizing for it is like apologizing for gravity. 1.3 million views. He amplified Gad Saad, celebrating that his book, Suicidal Empathy, is the #1 nonfiction title in Canada for a second straight week. 8,000 likes. And then the cherry on top. He reposted Mark Andreessen, one of the most powerful venture capitalists alive, posting the words many people are saying over a thread where someone shares a lovely Seneca quote about letting go of the fear of a bad future and the memory of a bad past. And someone else replies that Seneca was basically telling you to, and I am cleaning this up for broadcast, lean all the way into being a fool. 250,000 views. Billionaires. They're just like us. They also reply to dumb posts at 11 p.m. Such one day. 14 posts. And in those 14 posts, Elon Musk demanded the release of British police footage, endorsed a brand new UK political party with 2 words, called a flaming Parisian street a problem, bragged about a 400x return like it was a participation trophy, proposed multiplying humanity by 1,000 and exiling the servers to the moon, and still found time to quote Voltaire, "If you ever feel like you didn't do enough today," he did all of that before breakfast on the West Coast. The through line, if there is one, is that this is a man who has stopped seeing a difference between his timeline and a parliament. Every repost is a vote. Every 2-word reply is a policy. And 31 million people showed up to read Frank is right. If you want more of this, and let's be honest, it only gets weirder. Tell me in the comments which thread I should dig into next, because I genuinely read every single one, and you get to decide where this show goes. Subscribe on YouTube and tap like so the algorithm knows we're onto something. Follow DGTL Dreamscapes on X for the clips, and pass this along to the one friend in your life who needs to see it. I'm out. Same fire hose, same chaos. Next time.